Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Golden State Warriors, Stephen Curry reveals painfully honest thoughts on Klay Thompson's departure. Golden State Warriors news: a year or so ago, very few people, if any, would have imagined a world wherein Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson were not on the same team. This harsh reality is now beginning to set in after Thompson decided to move on and sign a contract with the Dallas Mavericks via free agency. Curry, however, admits that it's been hard having to deal with his now former backcourt buddy's exit. Speaking to ESPN's Malika Andrews in a recent interview, Curry shared his brutally honest thoughts on Thompson moving on to greener pastures. Steph admitted that this was something he never thought would happen. "We would have loved to maintain the core and finish out together," Curry said. "Having Klay head on to Dallas, it's tough. It's something I never imagined would be a reality, but you want him to be happy. You want him to be able to enjoy the game of basketball. It does suck losing Klay. There's no two ways around it. You have to be able to celebrate what we accomplished with him to be able to move on." This is just tough to hear, and you can almost feel the pain in Curry's voice. As hard as it might be to have to move on, Curry and the Warriors have no other choice but to do so. Thompson made his decision, and now everyone will need to live with it. Golden State Warriors give Klay Thompson a tear-jerking farewell. After 13 years in the Bay, All-Star wing Klay Thompson has left the Golden State Warriors to play for the Dallas Mavericks next season. In turn, the Dubs have paid their tribute to one of the game's best shooters in a video that will leave fans emotional. Thompson is set to join the Mavericks on a 3-year, $50 million contract he recently inked with the team. This marks the end of his illustrious career with the Warriors, where he won 4 championships and formed one of the greatest backcourt duos ever with Stephen Curry. The Splash brother reportedly turned down more lucrative offers to join a title contender in Dallas with Luka Doncic and company. The agreement was executed as a sign-and trade and was recently transformed to involve 4 other teams to create the first 6-team deal in NBA history. While no longer at the peak of his powers, Thompson remains an elite three-point shooter. He connected on 38.7% of his triples last season, the second-best rate of his career. He will now team up with Doncic and Kyrie Irving to give the Mavericks a formidable trio capable of challenging for the championship. Dallas reached the NBA Finals last season before falling to the Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics. Adding a proven winner like Thompson is a clear signal of their intent to take the next step and capture their first title since 2011. After the 6-team deal was formalized, the Dubs paid tribute to Thompson after spending the last 13 years with the team. In an emotional video posted by the Warriors' official account on X, during his time playing for Golden State, Thompson averaged 19.6 points on 41% shooting from beyond the arc, 3.5 rebounds, and 2.3 assists per game. He has also broken a number of records as a Warrior, including the most three-pointers made in a single game against the Chicago Bulls in 2018. Even though Thompson's time with the Warriors has now ended, the Splash brother will forever be a cherished part of the organization. Fans will now look forward to his upcoming stint in Dallas as Doncic and Irving attempt to make another run at the NBA championship next season. Warriors trade proposal lands new Steph Curry co-star and shot-blocking big man. The Golden State Warriors already have a substantial pick-heavy offer on the table for a potential new Stephen Curry co-star in Utah Jazz's all-star forward Lauri Markkanen, according to The Athletic's Tony Jones. Whether that would be enough is another question. Clutch Point's Brett Siegel proposed a trade that would represent an all-in move for the Warriors and mitigate their lack of first-rounders to send the Jazz that would net them not only Markkanen but also center Walker Kessler, who averaged 2.4 blocks per game over his first 2 NBA seasons. Golden State Warriors receive F. Lauri Markkanen, C. Walker Kessler. Utah Jazz receive F. Jonathan Kuminga, G/F. Moses Moody, G/F. Gary Payton II, GSW 2025 first-round pick, unprotected, GSW 2028 first-round pick, unprotected, 2 first-round pick swaps, 2027, 2029, for Siegel. Kuminga's inclusion might just entice the Jazz to finally trade Markkanen, who is in the final year of his current contract that will only pay him $18 million. The Warriors have resisted including Kuminga in their failed pursuit of 9-time All-Star wing Paul George, according to ESPN's Ramona Shelburne. Getting a sense of Kuminga being their most valuable trade chip outside of Curry, the Warriors have no other choice but to give up the ascending young forward if they truly want to acquire an all-star caliber partner for their still elite superstar. Kuminga and Moody would count as first-round picks, hiking the Warriors' potential offer to 4 firsts plus 2 pick swaps. If that is still not enough, they could also throw in the other half of their 2030 first-round pick, top 20 protected ode to the Washington Wizards in the Chris Paul, Jordan Poole trade. The Warriors, or any other team, might not get Markkanen this summer and have to wait, according to NBA insider Mark Stein. More than one rival team has shared the observation that it would be difficult for the Jazz to trade him in the short term, even if they wanted to, because Markkanen is entering the final season of his current contract at a mere $18 million. It obviously complicates Jazz's efforts to get a trade package in return for Markkanen on the level of Brooklyn's haul for Mikal Bridges when Markkanen is not under team control for more than a season and when his salary is relatively low. They have a much better chance to command a Bridges-style offer filled with future draft picks like New York agreed to furnish the Nets if Markkanen, 27, is signed to an extension, Stein wrote in his July 5 Substack newsletter. It will benefit the Jazz to extend Markkanen because it can command a bigger haul if he's under contract beyond next season. But there's one wrinkle though. They have to wait until August 6. And once they do that, Markkanen cannot be traded for 6 months. Next season's trade deadline is February 6, 8 days before All-Star Weekend, February 14 to 16, begins in San Francisco, Stein wrote. Acquiring Markkanen right before the All-Star would be a major coup for the Warriors. But the timing of a potential Jazz extension will be crucial. Translation: it appears, after checking with the league office, that Markkanen would be eligible to be traded for only 1 day next season, on February 6 and February 6 alone, if an extension is hashed out immediately with the Jazz on August 6. If an extension happens August 7 or later, Markkanen won't be eligible to be traded until after the 2024-25 season, Stein explained. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Lauri Markkanen? Leave your opinion in the comments.